Welcome back to Impact Wrestling, a new start. So after Summerversary on Friday, we're at Tuesday night's tapings of Impact and Explosion, and some things are going to be changing. We're going to be having another A show added probably next week on a different night, which is only going to be an hour long. So the Knockouts can have their own show. Our Knockouts division is so big that we can get away with that. I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm going to wait until we're at least cult size company. But once we're cult, we'll have another A show put on, and we're going to be going after WWE, New Japan. So at the moment, everything's going to stay the same because we've got a long way to go before we're probably even cult. But once we're a cult size company, that's what I'm going to be doing. So Truth Martini, Will Ospreay are in the ring, and Truth is stood there and he goes, "This past week we held Summerversary, and my boy came out as your new X Division champion. You see, when I brought the House of Truth to you, I said my boys would be champion. Now look, we've got a champion in Will Ospreay. He's one of the greatest high flyers on this planet, and he's made an impact. Tonight, Josh, you want him to take on Phoenix for the belt? Oh, you watch, he will win again." And then Matt comes out, and Matt Sydal's music hits, and he comes out and stands on stage and goes, "Sorry, did you watch the same match as me? If you remember, he hit me with a book of truth, then he quickly rolled me up. I'm not here to fight. My third eye has been opened to your evil power, and you're not a man, but a demon. You see, you wasn't fair in Ring of Honor, now you're doing it here. I'll be cashing in my rematch with Destination X, and me and Will Ospreay will main event it. So our next pay-per-view event is Destination X, as we are now on the road to Bound for Glory, but I'm not changing the stories because I don't have long enough to build them up. And at Bound for Glory, it will be Matt Sydal taking on Will Ospreay. And I know that these are only mid-carders, but they will be main event in the show for the X Division title. This is called Destination X. And then we go into a very match-heavy night. In a bout that had subpar wrestling, a little heat, Tom Falcon defeated Angelico in 8:24 by pinfall. The announced quality lift match, the colour commentary match boost. Angelico 42, Falcon 38. No work improves of 41D. In a bout that had decent wrestling with much heat, Brian Cage and ACH defeat Desmond Xavier and Space Monkey in 12:15. When Brian Cage defeats Space Monkey by pinfall, the pump handle facebuster. The announced quality in the colour commentary match boost. ACH 46, Brian Cage 44, Space Monkey 42, Desmond Xavier 50. Brian Cage improving flying and performance. Well done, Cage, at 48D. The music video shows promoting Zema Ion. In a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Zema Ion defeated Suicide at 11:58 by pinfall Bible Black. Suicide 44, Zema Ion 47. No work improved 46D. The music video shows promoting Hangman Page. I know it'd get a bad rap, but there you go. In about that had decent wrestling below heat, Hangman Page defeated Dragon Kid in 11:14 by pinfall the Adam's Apple. Hangman Page 38, Dragon Kid 49. Oh, these two were openers. That means I need to go sort Harry Potter out. Should have remembered I had that on. Oh well. In the Belfast decent wrestling with my cheat, Ethan Page and Jimmy Jacobs defeated Matt Sydal and Trevor Lee in 11:46, and Jimmy Jacobs defeated Matt Sydal by pinfall. Matt Sydal sustained a rib contusion. Great Matt Sydal slow his injury. Ethan Page and Jimmy Jacobs have a great chemistry when teaming together. That's quality in the colour commentary match boost. Jimmy Jacobs 51, Ethan Page 49, Trevor Lee 44, Matt Sydal 48. No work on 48D. Then we have the video hyping up Will Ospreay taking on Phoenix, which gets a 40D minus. In a poor match, Will Ospreay defeated Ray Phoenix in 20:06 by countout. During the match, we had also Matt Sydal running Taco Spro. Will Ospreay makes the to number 1 of his X Division title. Ray Phoenix was tiring towards the end. Will Ospreay was off his game. These two don't seem to click. Ray Phoenix 36, Ospreay 41. The X Division storyline. Welcome back. Welcome to Impact Wrestling in front of 2,909 people at the Mo Valley Ice Gardens. And in the pre-show bout, I've had decent wrestling on Cheat, Crime Time, and the Unbox defeat LAX and CCK in 8:29 when Jason Paul defeated Ortiz by pinfall. Ortiz going back his gimmick. Chris Brooks seemed off his game. Shad Jackson going back his gimmick. Matt Jackson was really off his game. And that's quality in the colour commentary match and boost. Chris Brooks 43, Kid Lycos 42, Santana 36. Ortiz 35, Nick Jackson 51, Matt Jackson 47, Jason Paul 38, and Shad Jasp 36. Shad Jasp improving performance of 44D. Beautiful. In a future about subpar wrestling, a little heat, Winter, Tara, and Alicia Edwards defeated Ali, Kaylee Ray, and Rosemary in 7:35, and Winter defeated Kaylee Ray by pinfall. The Casonomic. In terms of ring work, Rosemary sends shoulders by knots. Ali's going back with his gimmick. Nice quality in the colour commentary match a boost. Alicia Edwards 27, Tara 38, Winter 35, Rosemary 47, Kaylee Ray 37, and Ali 33. No work improvements and 40D minus. In a pre-show both had decent wrestling with Emma Cheat, OVE in the Killer Elite Squad defeated Mustache Man and most of Machine Guns in 8:24, and Dave Chris defeated Chris Savins by pinfall with a super kick. Trent Stone's David's old school heel gimmicks comes from above average. Tyler Bate old school face above average. Doesn't really matter because there's no heels and faces in the company. Lance White 48, Traver Boy 51, Jake Chris 32, Dave Chris 37, Chris Stone 56, Alex Shelley 48, Tyler Bate 48, Trent 737, no work improvements, 48D. In a terrible pre-show match, Sienna, Casey Spinell, Dominator, and Bea Priestley defeated Saraya Knight, Sue Young, Tessa Blanchard, Tony Storm in 8:28 when Bea Priestley defeated Tessa Blanchard by pinfall. After Truth Martini in third, Bea Priestley 23, Dominator 26, Casey Spinell 32, Sienna 35, Tony Storm 35, Tessa Blanchard 27, Sue Young 30, and Saraya Knight out there in front with 41. Casey Spinell and Technol 35E+. Nice little match. In a pre-show bout, had subpar wrestling, a little heat. Falabar defeated KM in 7:59 by pinfall. The Avalanche Splash. Falabar 34, KM 41. These two are KM still a good pair in the pearl feature. Well, no work improvements. Falabar, of course, I'm going to be pushing a little bit. In the pre-show bout, had subpar wrestling and a little heat. Greg Excellence defeated Victor Kumar in 8:23 by pinfall. The Tiger Driver 98. Things are coming off 30A1, Growth of 36, no working res 35E+. A video wears hyping Cody Rhodes, Austin Aries, Bobby Roode, Magnus, Stu Bennett, James Storm, the Big Guy, and Eli Drake. I'm sorry if you just heard all that commotion behind me, that's the cats playing. I'm going to open up with 61C. So Johnny Impact, the camera is rushing, we see Johnny Impact getting out of his limo, and we see him, and he's standing there, and he goes, "You see this, Cody? I'm not in the ring tonight. I'm in the parking lot." Why? I tell you why, because I only just arrived at Impact, and to be clear to be here after you attacked me after a match. You could not just you couldn't just accept the win and leave. You had to have one more shot, didn't you? But this Cody runs in to this shot. When this brawl begins, weapons are being used. We see fans standing watching. After about 2 minutes, Johnny grabs hold of him, puts his head through, and then grabs hold of him, puts his head through a limo window. Johnny walks off as the refs and staff run to check on Cody. Oh, for God's sakes. Trust him to do it then. Impact will still line his advance segment. A 61C, a beautiful, beautiful setup, and a great way to start. And we've got some matches tonight, which all these matches will make sense. In a terrible match, Ricochet and Page defeated Matt Tremont in 5:44 by pinfall with the Powerbomb at 29E. Ricochet and Page 29, Matt Tremont 26. These two have great chemistry in performance. No work improvements. In a bout of had subpar wrestling, a little heat. Congo Kong defeated Jimmy Havoc in 6:07 by pinfall. The cracker. Shut up! Sorry. With a cracker jack. Jimmy Havoc 40, Congo Kong 36. Truth Martini did some good work at ringside. The quality gate work improvements. Jimmy Havoc improved performance. Okay. Well, I know what the problem is, and I ain't going to deal with it. She's got herself stuck in a bag again. Oh, dear. Right, anyway. Moose. This past Friday, yes, big guy, you beat me. But this is far from over. You've cheated to win, and I'm not having it. You're a cheater. No wonder you're sacked from Stanford. You see, I never went to Stanford. I made my name in Ring of Honor's side with Impact. And I'm going to be the top guy. I'm going to finish you at Destination X. A 50D+. He's not as good as what he actually is in real life, but I'm not complaining. We can build Moose, we can build the big guy up, we can build everybody who's on this roster up. Alright, I'll probably have to go and get her out of that bag in a minute when I finish recording. For now, she can stay in the bag. In about that subpar wrestling, a little heat, Pentagon Jr. defeated Grado in 5:43 by pinfall for the top rope stars clash. Grado 32, Pentagon 47. Grado improving flying. Winter did some good work at ringside. Now it's quality in the color commentary match a boost. We then have the Briscoes in the back and they go, Clear Elite Squad. It's the Briscoes here. Last week you beat the Young Bucks for the World Tag Team titles. You see, boys, you have caught the eye of the Briscoes, and we want gold. Between us, we have had loads of it. And the Mark takes the mic and goes, you see, we are champions, but we need gold to prove it. Our friends know we can do it, so these boys from Sandy Fort, Delaware, are going to prove it. With this KC enter, and they start brawling with the Briscoes, but Skewy come in and split them up. That's your next match, and that they will get a tag. It's been confirmed on ImpactWrestling.com that after that attack, the Briscoes will be taking on Killer Elite Squad. Oh god, you know. We'll be taking on Killer Elite Squad at Destination X at 37D-, not bad. So Eddie Edwards and Sammy Callan have a conversation, but don't come to blows backstage. Just to continue that feud. And in a poor match, Drago defeated Tyrus Snake 14 by pinfall, the running twist and moonsault plancher. Tyrus 50, Drago 26. Tyrus improving technical, but he's leaving the company. And there's the final one. Yes, we have got a new title. We have got the Impact Wrestling Intercontinental title. And all these matches are first round matches for the title. Now, next week on TV, we're going to have the next 4 first round matches. These ones are going to be a bit more interesting. You've got Jay Lethal taking on what I just saw, which is what I wanted to book, Homicide. In a first round match, you've got Bram versus Matt Riddle. I think my fiance's iPad just gone off because I think it's downstairs. I think it was Bram versus Matt Riddle. Believe me, there's a lot of good first round matches. Michael Elgin versus Moose. That's another one I wanted to do. I think that's going to be quite a good one. I am a big fan of Michael Elgin. Some people don't like him at the moment, but I don't mind him. He's a good wrestler. Brilliant thing. I mean, what's the 4th and final one? Sammy Callahan versus Zack Sabre Jr. That was the other one I got. So yeah, the winner of this tournament will hopefully be crowning the first Intercontinental Champion in Impact history. Wish they would just stop at at Destination X. So the winner of this will be crowned at Destination X, which should be hopefully sorted by then. But yeah, that's what's been going on tonight. That's why we've had some really bad matches, but you can't complain. It's Impact Wrestling. In a decent match, Michael Elgin, Zack Sabre Jr., Bram and Homicide defeated Lethal, Matt Riddle, Callahan, Moose in 7:53, and Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Moose by pinfall. With a roaring elbow following interference on the big guy. Of course, he's going after Moose. Now it's quality in the colour comp together match of boost. Homicide 47, Bram 46, Zack Sabre Jr. 63, Elgin 57, Moose 50, Sammy Callahan 49, Riddle 59, Lethal out there with 70. Michael Elgin in performance and Moose in performance. I already know who's winning this tournament, so you'll just have to wait and see. I already know, but it is none of the top upper mid carders who are winning the belt. There's someone on a push. Pentagon Jr. Naga breaks out, and they start brawling with each other. The host radio just have to stop and pull them apart. And as you can see, they're already going up against each other in the next round. That's not even the semi-final. It's the quarterfinals, whatever you want to call it. In a decent match, Bully Ray, Johnny Impact, and MVP defeated Peter Williams, the big guy, and Abyss in 8-12. When Johnny Impact defeated Peter Williams by pinfall, the Moonlight Driver. Peter Williams not suited his gimmick. Abyss seemed off his game. Johnny Impact is also again. Abyss 58, big guy 58, Peter Williams 48, MVP 51, Johnny Impact 66, Bully Ray 56. Pete improving performance. Before I sorted Pete's gimmick out. We'll sort that out later. We've been a bit busy. So yeah, as I said, the winner of the LAX match, which I cannot remember, will get a shot. I don't know what shot or what, but hey, Viper is in the back and she goes, "This is the biggest accomplishment of my career. This young girl from Scotland tonight, I will be a fine champion. I know, Sue, you're watching in the back, and I'll tell you what, Undead Bride, I'm going to keep this. I've already beat you." And then she just walks off. 28E, not bad, and, you know, that advances the storylines. No work improvements, but good on Viper to get a 28E vibe. In a 12 match, Viper defeated Xania Brookside in 7:34 by pinfall the Music Driver. Following a botched interference from Sue Young, she makes defense number 3 of the title. Xania Brookside 28, Viper 32. No work improvements and impact not out. Storyline advantage segment. This is why I need these people on written deals so they can appear more often on house shows and get their popularity up a lot quicker. True story. In a good match, Drew Galloway, Austin Aries and Bobby Roode defeated James Storm, Eli Drake and Stu Bennett. When Drew Galloway defeated Stu Bennett by pinfall to Scott Drop. Bobby Roode 73, Austin Aries 54, Drew Galloway 58, Stu Bennett 66, Eli Drake 58, James Storm 59. Of course, these two are feuding. You Don't Deserve the Fan storyline is continued because of that. But there is some matches here for Destination X, and I can confirm them right now. Drew Galloway will be taking on Stu Bennett. Bobby Roode will take on James Storm yet again, because I'm doing hidden storylines on Impact that are not major storylines that are going to get ankles, but they are ongoing feuds, and I want to keep them going. Just up until Bound for Glory if I can get away with it. And then, of course, you've got Eli Drake taking on Austin Aries. The You Don't Deserve the Fan storyline. So, there you go. 3 matches booked from 1 6-man tag match. That's how I like to do it. Music video shows promote Magnus. And in a battle that had good heat and decent wrestling, Magnus defeated Mr. Anderson by 8:28 by Pin of the Torment. These two don't click. Mr. Anderson 50, Magnus 47, no work for it. I think he is still NWA champion at the moment, but hey ho. In a video place hyping up the main event of the night, is Eddie Edwards will take on Cody Rhodes. I guess 6GC in a good match, Cody Rhodes defeated Eddie Edwards in 1934 by pin for the Beautiful Disaster. Cody Rhodes makes defense number 2 of his Impact World title. Eddie Edwards 64, Cody Rhodes 64. Johnny Impact was at the announce desk. And then after the match, Cody, he's got a massive bit of tape across his head where he's thrown into that window. And he's celebrating his victory, and then Johnny Impact just runs in and beats him up down to the mat. So we've got a great show next week, my friends. We've got Bram versus Matt Riddle, Lethal versus Algan, Moose and that. I'm going to go down and sort the washing machine out in a minute. I just want to check something, if I can do it via here. Yes, I can. As promised, LAX defeated the Briscoes. So I know that I've said that the LAX will get the winner of that match will get a shot. So next week, LAX will get a shot at the Killer Elite Squad for those Impact World Tag Team titles. Not only that, you've got Bram versus Matt Riddle, Lethal versus Homicide, Michael Allen versus Moose, Sammy Cameron versus Zack Sabre Jr. And I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be doing this every week. But we're going to have an 8-man tag match in the main event. And it's going to feature Austin Aries, Johnny Impact, of course, Johnny Impact, Eli Drake as well is going to be on this side because he deserves to be. Cody Rhodes is going to be leading the front. We're going to have the big guy. No, we're not the big guy. We're going to have James Storm again and Bobby Roode, which is one of the ongoing storylines. I'm then also going to put in Stu Bennett and Drew Galloway. That is your main event for next week's Impact. It's something you don't want to miss, but it's going to be fun as hell. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for watching. Tonight's show got an overall of a 60C. We've got some pre-book matches to see if it increases the fans' intake. A 60C, I'm not complaining. We'll see you live next week for another edition of Impact Wrestling. Hello, welcome back. Live, as per usual, with Explosion. But we've got some Impact announcements on Explosion, because as you know, Explosion goes live for 90 minutes. Then we get an hour pre-show, and then we have Impact. So we're going to find out what those announcements are as Josh Rayner is in the ring. And we're in the casino rooms, and if you don't know where the casino rooms are, we're in England. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Josh Rayner is in the ring, and he goes, Leon tonight is in Impact. And as some as you know, Moose has left Impact after leaving his exclusive pay-per-view appearance contract and gone to W World Wrestling Council. Juice was meant to take his spot, but he is not here tonight. So on Impact tonight, Mike Algan will be taking on the big guy. And we also have a special guest tonight here, live in the UK. Who that special guest is, I am not revealing anything to you guys. So for the second time now, this match has been changed, and it is getting on my freaking nerves. I've had to change it because Moose left, and then I've had to change it because Fingery's left, and I am having enough of changing it. So Michael Algan taking on the big guy. I'm trying not to reveal to you who the special guest is, even though I'm giving you enough hints. And that is going to be your main event. This is not the main event now. He will be main eventing Impact TV. I'm just going to confirm it now for you guys. He is here, and he is going to be defending that bout tonight in the main event. And he is going to be in action against none other than our boy Magnus. That is your main event of Impact Wrestling tonight. Chris Jericho versus Magnus for the IWGP Global title. And let's go on to the next thing. This past week, Nick Jackson got injured, which had taken him out for up to a year. But we have paid for his surgery and we'll be back in 7 months. Him and his brother have been given time off, and the Young Bucks will be back in due course. Now enjoy some X-Division action. So yeah, he was out for a year. I've paid for the surgery because I always try my best with people. And he will be back now in about 7 months. So I've given Nick 6 months off. When he comes back, I'll give him another 7, another month. And then hopefully just after he comes back, his brother will be back. And we'll have the Young Bucks back. But I have got a decent replacement tonight on loan from Progress. Sex on the Beach is here, Jack Sexsmith and Chuck Mambo. And if they prove themselves well here in Britain, I will probably bring them to America, which is probably going to happen anyway. But in about that decent wrestling with much heat, Tom Falcon defeated Angelico in 750 by pinfall. The announced quality in the colour commentary go out to Tom Falcon 43, Angelico 40. No work of it. It's a nice British star getting a win tonight. In about that subpar wrestling and little heat, ACH defeated Zima on 11-17 by pinfall. Ready or not, here I come. Zima on 43, ACH 38. These two have pretty good chemistry. Zima on in performance, which is nice. Music video shown promoting Desmond Xavier, got a 17F+. In about that decent wrestling, but little heat, Dragon Kid defeats Desmond Xavier in 11:32 by pinfall the Dragon Warner. Desmond Xavier 48, Dragon Kid 50, no work improvements, a 50D+. In about that subpar wrestling, a little heat, Suicide defeats Space Monkey in 12:21 by pinfall the Inverted Overdrive. Space Monkey 34, Suicide 43, the bout dragged in the middle of the flow, lack of flow being noticeable. No work improvements, 32E+. Brian Cage, a video promoting Brian Cage. And above that, subpar wrestling, a little heat, Jimmy Jacobs and Matt Sydal defeated Brian Cage and Ethan Page. In 12:12, when Matt Sydal defeated Brian Cage by pinfall the corkscrew moonsault. Ethan Page defeated the Strong thing. Ethan Page was really off his game. Matt Sydal was slowed by his injury, and that's quality in the colour commentary match boost. Ethan Page 32, Brian Cage 42, Matt Sydal 43, Jimmy Jacobs 43. Ethan Page improving the technical. So there's a wrestling conference happening in Britain at some point. So I'm just saying we're just come to Britain to do a special taping with the help of Progress Wrestling. So we've probably got a Progress Wrestling ring and stuff. And there's a Progress show after Impact tonight, which I don't think is the case, but we're just going with it. I forgot to change this. Oops. Let me just change it now. Because they're not on camera, so you won't see. Oh, God. And I've spelled it wrong as well. So a video plays hyping up your main event, Paige and Ospreay versus Phoenix and Trevor Lee. In above that decent wrestling with much heat, Ray Phoenix and Trevor Lee defeated Hangman Page and Will Ospreay in 1937 when Ray Phoenix defeated Will Ospreay by pinfall the Meteora following interference from Matt Sydal. Will Ospreay carried the match in terms of ring performance. Oh, great. Hangman Page was really off his game. Ray Phoenix was visible. I know for a fact he's going to be out for ages. Sustained a C7. We're going to have to do surgery for him now. Will Ospreay looks excellent. Ospreay 76, Hangman 31, Trevor Lee 37, Ray Phoenix 34. They don't work well as a team. Trevor Lee's improving in performance. And it was a botched move as well. 50D+. Another good show, but better than what we've done before. But with Will Ospreay out, the X Division is going to be up in arms. And I'm going to have to make some decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you with Impact. Oh, this is going crazy now. Thanks for watching. We didn't sell out the casino rooms, but we've got 1,854 people. 854 people. It's not bad. But in a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling match heat, UK stars #CCK defeated took on Sex on the Beach, but Sex on the Beach defeated them in 8:23 and Jack Sexsmith defeated Kid Lycos by pinfall the Jawgasm. Kid Lycos in off his game, he's getting better, he's getting out quality in the colour commentary boost. Chris Brooks 51, Kid Lycos 47, Chuck Mambo 37, Jack Sexsmith 34. Mambo improving in performance of 46D. In a pre-show I've had subpar wrestling little heat, Sue Young, Tess Spanish with Tony Storm, Winter and Abyss. That's why Sienna wasn't in the match, because Abyss was in the match. To see Xenia Brookside, Kaylee Ray, Dominator, B. Presley, and Lisa Edwards in 8:27. Sue Young defeat Kaylee Ray with bypass of the Yellow Fever. Hence why Matt Tremont didn't have a match as well. In terms of ring work, best and shoulders, we're not seeing improving technical. Right, we'll just best look good out there. Blah blah blah. Let's just move pretty quickly on and ignore that massive frick up. In a future battle, decent wrestling with Emma Cheat, Jimmy Havoc, Grado, and Falabar defeat Pete Williams, Gregson's and KM in 7:53 when Falabar defeat Gregson's by the Avalanche Splash. Falabar 34, Grado 42, Havoc 54, KM 42, Gregerson 35, Pete Williams 50. Jimmy Havoc in performance, KM in performance, and Falabar in performance. 47D. No, no, no. It's brilliant what you're seeing with Falabar and KM at the moment. I think they're doing quite well as their tag team, but I ain't going with that. It's amusing to watch, but I'm not going to go with that. In a future bout, had Subpar Wrestling, a little heat. Casey Spinell and Tara defeated Rosemary and Ali in 7:36 when Tara defeated Rosemary by pin for the Northern Lights suplex. Casey Spinell was better go. These two have great chemistry and team together anyway. They've got a tag team name. Ali 33, Rosemary 42, Tara 32, Casey Spinell 39. No working for 37D minus. In a future bout, had decent wrestling with Machi, Eddie Edwards, MVP in Crime Time defeated Mr. Anderson, Bully Ray and the Briscoes in AO4 when Jason Paul defeated Jay Briscoe by pinfall. Jason Paul 37, Shad Jas 31, MVP 49, Eddie Edwards 54, and Bully Ray 57, Mr. Anderson 52, Mark Briscoe 41, and Jay 48. No work improvements. We have our opening hype video, and then we have Bobby Roode and James Storm. England, you're looking at your future Impact champion. You see, I'm already the longest reigning champion in the history of Impact. You see, Vince is an ass, and he fired because he's bloated roster. He lets go of a star who is glorious. Storm comes out and goes, sorry, but if you don't remember what happened when you won the Impact title, let's have a look at this from the Global Wrestling Network. And then we see a clip from many years ago of Storm being hit by the beer bottle for Roode to get the win. In case you don't remember what that is. You see, Bobby, you got nowhere to stand now. I know you. I know you want something. Destination X, me versus you in an Ultimate X match, and the winner will face whoever is the IWGP Global Champion on Impact. And Bobby goes, awesome idea. No one has held that apart from Chris Jericho. Yeah, see you later, Storm. And he just leaves the ring. So I wanted an Ultimate X match. I wanted to have it a one-on-one one. I am going to edit it just a little bit so that these two don't get annoyed with it if I have one in here. I swear I do. Edit defaults. Select all. Save. If not, I'll have to get one of the other ones. I know I've got a 3 versus 3. I know there is an Ultimate X in here somewhere. Where the hell is my Ultimate Submission? Where is my Ultimate X match? If I can't find it in a minute, I will... I know there's one in here somewhere, which I could edit down. I will sort that out. Fine. Let's create a match. No. So shall we create a match so you guys can learn how to do it? So we go on to 1v1. We create the match. So the most standard available round 2 competitors fight. We're not going to do that though. We're going to take all this off. So these are your things. So we're going to go for item retrieval. Where is overhead wires? So we're going to have match prestige at very high. We're going to do regional for that because otherwise we won't be able to use it. Ring, which is probably what... Actually, that's probably what's going on. I'll have a look after this, but that's probably what's going on. But as you can see, Destination X, this match will be changed to an Ultimate X match. It's a proper storyline because Moose has left now, so it's called the Form Tag Team. But I think that's what's going on. We're not allowed to use it because we're not a cool company. So I'll have a look. I bet someone's done that. So I'll have a look and see if I can get that fixed after the match. Because I got so fed up with this, in a decent match, Malcolm Elgin defeated the big guy in 6:58 by count out because he just decided, oh, I can't be asked for this and left the ring. No work improvements. 42D. Just a nice little opener. In about that, decent wrestling, but in my Killer Elite Squad defeated Latin America Strange in 808 when David Boy Smith Jr. defeated Ortiz by a pin with a Killer Bomb. Killer Elite Squad make defense number 1 of their Impact World titles. Santana 35, Ortiz 36, Lance Hoyt 44, David Boy 49. Ortiz improving in performance. And then, of course, the Briscoes come out and beat them down to the mat. In about that decent wrestling with him, which Bram defeated Matt Riddle in 6:57 by pinfall the curb stomp, following interference from Zack Sabre Jr. In Ass Quality in the colour commentary game match, boost Bram 42, Matt Riddle 52. Matt Riddle improving the performance of 50D+. And then we see Viper in the back, who does better than last week, and she goes, "You see, last week I beat Xenia Brookside, but not how I wanted to win. Tonight, Su Young, if you come out during my match with Saraya Knight, you'll be suspended. Su Young, you want another shot? Let's do it in 3 weeks at Destination X." So yeah, Su Young gets another shot at Viper in 3 weeks at Destination X. And yes, I am throwing Su Young under the bus because she ain't that popular, to be honest. But she's getting better. If you look at where she was when she signed, and we'll have to do this at some point, but you see where she was when she signed to where she is now, you can't complain that we haven't helped to increase her popularity. So we're doing something good with these girls, and hopefully the Impact storylines have segment and gained heat. Of course, Saraya Knight, a British star, so in the battle of decent match with the Chief, Viper defeated Saraya Knight in 6:11 by pin for the Musical Driver. Viper makes defense number 4 of her Impact Knockouts title. Saraya Knight 45, Viper 37. No work for her. She's both, we're in Britain. I thought it was both of the British stars. Makes sense. Video hyping up next week. I will book those matches in a minute, but we'll book this one because we know it's happening next week on Impact Television. The feud continues, my friends. Pentagon Jr. and Drago meet in the next round of the... Yeah, we know Chris Jericho's on the show. Thank you for letting us know, phone. That's my Harry Potter alarm, as I call it. So Pentagon Jr. taking on Drago will be live next week on Impact Wrestling, which will be a 3-hour show. I'm going to be taking this up to 3 hours starting next week. Because I'm doing so many multi-man matches and we've got so many great wrestlers, I think we can get away with doing a 3-hour show. And doing less angles and more wrestling on the show might do as well. So in a pre-show, I've had a little heat in subpar wrestling, a little heat. Congo Kong and Drago defeat Pentagon Jr. and Ricochet and Page in 8:19 when Congo Kong defeated Ricochet and Page by pin the Crackerjack. I actually think Ricochet and Page is an amazing hardcore wrestler, deathmatch wrestler, and also amazing standard wrestler. Drew Martini did some good work at ringside. Ricochet and Page seemed really off his game. That's color commentary and that's announcing quality to lift the match. Drago 26, Congo Kong 38, Ricochet and Page 28, Pentagon 45. Ricochet and Page improved in performance 38 D-. In about that decent wrestling with much heat, Jay Lethal defeated Homicide in 8:02 by pin with a flying elbow drop. Lethal and Homicide have great chemistry. Lethal 59, Homicide 55. 59C, not bad. 48D, SNO's massive job being unscripted. You see, I am the star around the world, Eli Drake. You want to call me a dummy, and you want to send stupid videos to other companies I work for? Hell no. You want to say I don't deserve the stuff I hold? I tell you what, yes, you beat me, but that was a fluke. Destination X, me versus you. This time I will win. Now, ImpactWrestling.com have already had this match confirmed for Destination X, as you can see. But Destination X is kind of a special show, so they've ordered to have a secondary on top of the Ultimate X match. Eli Drake's got his work cut out because he's going to be facing Austin Aries in a ladder match. That is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. A 48D. In a pool match, Motor City Machine Guns and Guerrillas of Destiny make their debut tonight, defeating Mustache Mountain in OVE in 8:23 when Tama Tonga defeated Jake Chris by pin for the Tonga Twist. Tama Tonga debuted his Turncoat, Condition of Awful, Bodyguard, Awful. Tongaroo 29, Tama Tonga 27, Chris Sabin 47, Actually 40, Jake Chris 30, Dave Chris 29, Tyler Bate 50, 27 43, Chris Sabin and Dave Chris in performance 42D. And then we see Eddie Edwards in the back, and he's got a mic, and he goes, Summerversary, The Rising beat OVE. But OVE won't stop. They keep coming after us. You want Sammy? If you want more blood on your hands, your hands, from yourself and your friends, you're asking for trouble each and every time you're coming for us. You're going to end your friend's career, yours and your friend's career. We won't stop if you want, and Josh has decided Destination X is going to be inside the steel cage, so be ready. So yeah, Impact Wrestling, Destination X, a 4-corner. Of course, we're using the 4 corners now, but I wanted this match to be something different, to be something that, I want to keep this feud going up until, filming, and we're going to keep doing that. but we're going to keep changing the match stipulation on this. So the Rising, OVE and the Rising are feuding. There's a lot going on between these two. And now we've got to the point now where Sami Callihan is, being incredibly dangerous. Eddie Edwards is being incredibly dangerous as well. Where is Eddie? Is he up in mid-card now? Yes, awesome. And it's going to mean that these guys, if they're going to meet in this cage match, it's going to be huge. No work in progress, but the Blood Battle storyline advances to segment of 40D minus. And then in a decent match, Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Sami Callihan by submission to single stretch after distraction from Eddie Edwards. Sami Callihan 38, Zack Sabre 48. Zack Sabre improving in performance. Another nice match. And of course, that means we've now got all of our matches ready for next week. So that means Bram will be taking on Lethal in a one-on-one match. I'll keep getting a blocked nose today. I think I've got hay fever, I don't know. Michael Elgin versus Zack Sabre Jr. That's going to be a good one. These matches I'm laying out for this tournament are first of its kind matches, and I think that's something important. Congo Kong versus Ricky Shane Page. This is the point is we've got, some of the upper mid-carders, we've got some of the lower mid-carders, and they're all, wrestling for this title, and, that's the important thing. Not only that, on Impact next week, the champion has asked for a match with Drew Galloway where the title is going to be on the line. It's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Drew. Not only that, but we have been informed that both the Rising in Eddie Edwards and the Killer Elite Squad, not Killer Elite Squad, whoever, in Crime Time will be in action, and they will be taking on newest members to the British Invasion. They're going to be taking on some new members of the British Invasion. It's Stu Bennett and Mustache Mountain. Now, that does mean that we're going to be... I haven't put them in yet, but they are going to be part of the British Invasion, Mustache Mountain. But not only that, but then we've also been informed that OVE are going to be in action in six-man tag action as well, as Sami Callihan teams with the... Oh, God, where is the... LAX. Thank you, OVE. We'll be taking on LAX in Homicide and, of course... Ortiz and Santana. Conan signed a written deal with a Mexican company, so he's not here. So that is next week. We've got some great matches for next week's Impact Wrestling. The first edition is going to be 3 hours, so you're not going to want to miss it. Zack Sabre Jr. Improving Performance, I am going to be dropping down the Auto X Division show to an hour and then putting up and then adding an hour to Impact. So, yeah. Matt Ridd and Zack Sabre Jr. backstage, and on breaks out. They start brawling with each other, blah, blah, blah. 40D minus. In the battle, they had good wrestling and decent match of crowd. Johnny Impact, Eli Drake, James Storm, and Stu Bennett defeat Drew Galloway, Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes in 9:54 when Johnny Impact defeat Cody Rhodes by pinfall the Moonlight Driver. Cody Rhodes 61, Austin Aries 46, Bobby Roode 71, Drew Galloway 58, Stu Bennett 68, James Drake 57, Eli Drake 44, and Johnny Impact 71. All those storylines advanced. Cody Rhodes and Drew Galloway both improving in performance, which is good. And I've just got word from ImpactWrestling.com that next week we're going to be bringing back some title belts that some of the fans have been asking for, and we have made some huge, huge news. They're not going to have proper tag teams, but we're going to have something like this. Casey Spinelli will be joining up with none other than Tara. We're going to have Toni Storm in action. She's going to be joined by, she's going to be tagging with Winter, and then we've got Bree Priestley and Kaylee Lee Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be sorting out the knockouts division because I can do this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So they're all going to be teamed up with tag teams. This is the first lot. I'll make sure I remember this because what I'm going to do is take a picture. I'm going to give them all names, but they're not going to be like. Oh god, my phone is picking up all their faces. That is creepy. They're not going to be. What's the word I'm looking for here? Help me out. So yeah, they're not going to be like active and unit. They're going to be active individuals, but then they will tag together if it comes to the Rise to go up against the Knockouts tag team titles, because it just means we're going to have something else. And also, we've got enough women. We've got like 10 women on the roster, and I want to bring more in when we start the women's show. So, which will happen once we get to court. And the video plays hyping up the main event of the night. It gets a 71C+. Oh, God. We injured Chris Jericho. In a battle of had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Chris Jericho defeated Magnus in 1931 by pinfall the Code Breaker. Chris Jericho makes defense number 1 of his IWGP Global title. Magnus again about his gimmick, and no work in progress. Magnus 60, Chris Jericho of course at 80. These two have great chemistry, and that's where we end tonight's show. Hopefully he's not going to be out for long because we need him after our pay-per-view. A 66C plus live from England. I cannot complain with that. For the 1,854 people. We'll see you next week when we're back in England, back in America for our first 2 hour show. It's going to be fun. Thank you for. We're live tonight at the Reese's Stadium, and JR's got some announcers. This is Explosion being held by Impact. Josh, Matthews has asked me to do this tonight. Brian Cage is removed from the X Division roster and is replaced with the returning Rubik's. Also tonight, AR Fox makes his debut. Will Ospreay will be back in 7 months' time, so we've had to vacate the X Division title. So tonight we will hold the first round matches for a new X Division champion. I don't know what about title. We know what the title is. Also, we'll be introducing 2 more titles to the mix at Destination X. This is Impact, but more importantly, this is the X Division. Also, forgot to announce that tonight I was going to go 3 hours, as I said in the last bit. I've decided not to, just add an extra half an hour to Impact, so it's now an hour and 2 hours and a half. Was what basically I did with this to make this work. But we open up with one of our first round matches, and in about that decent wrestling, but not cheat. Trevor Lee defeated Z-Ion in 7:42 by pinfall. Trevor Lee 45, Z-Ion 49. Z-Ion improving technical. So Z-Ion is out. Next up we have the in about that subpar wrestling a little heat. He's now a lower mid card, so I'm quite proud of how far we've pushed Tom Falcon. And he defeats Space Monkey in 7:44 by pinfall. Space Monkey 45, Falcon 34. Space Monkey improving in performance. Thank you, Space Monkey. 42D. And Tom Falcon, of course, advances forward. In about that decent wrestling, we don't much heat. A shock win here. Hangman Page has took out Matt Sydal in 7:39 by pinfall to turn the page. These two have a great chemistry in their performance. Matt Sydal 55. Hangman Page 40. Hangman Page improving performance. So Matt Sydal, who was meant to be having a shot at the X Division title against Will Ospreay at the main event of Destination X, which won't be the main event now because I don't think anyone but these two would have been able to do a decent match for that. Hangman Page improved performance. He's been knocked out of the tournament by Hangman Page. In above that subpar wrestling a little heat, AR Fox defeated Ethan Page in 7:43, 34 by pinfall the crutch. AR Fox 36, Ethan Page 35. His debut cocky gimmick, starting showing above average. Ethan Page improved performance. So another shock when AR Fox debuts taking Ethan Page out. In about that decent wrestling with much heat, Angelico defeated ACH in 8:21 by pinfall the Superman Senton. Angelico 41, ACH 50. Angelico is improved, ACH improving performance, and Angelico in flying. So that's another shock surprise win here. Angelico going forward. In about that didn't have much heat, In about that decent wrestling with much heat, Rubik's defeated Desmond Xavier in 7:41 by pinfall the Brainbuster. Desmond Xavier 50, Rubik's 46. Davies fan favourite. Will they work improvements? I'm going to have to check that because I swear I said Desmond Xavier was going forward, but Rubik's has gone forward. And about that decent wrestling, we didn't much heat. Dragon Kid defeated Jimmy Jacobs in 9:58 by pinfall the Ultra Hurricanrana. Jacobs 45, Dragon Kid 49. No work improvements, but a 48D. I'm not complaining. And the video he plays hyping up Suicide versus Ray Phoenix, our main event of the night, 41D. In a poor match, Suicide defeated Ray Phoenix in 14:51 by pinfall the Inverted Overrider. Suicide 41, Ray Phoenix 39. No work improvements, 41D. That is where we end in that show tonight. So we're going to move forward. Dragon Kid went forward, and Desmond Xavier went forward, and he was taking on Angelico. Okay. Well, I'm not going to go against what my game says I booked. So, Rubik's. If anyone doesn't know who Rubik's is, he is known as Jigsaw in the independent scene. So, next week, you're going to have Suicide versus Dragon Kid, Rubik's versus Angelico, AR Fox versus Hangman Page, and Tom Falcon versus Trevor Lee going forward. I will see you guys next week. Well, not next week, but next. Unplug your headphones at that point, please. Too late to say that. But I'll see you with Impact in just a bit. Thank you for watching. Welcome back to a 2.5 hour long Impact Wrestling. In the future, I've had subpar wrestling, a little heat, desperate despair for action, which is Viper and Alicia Edwards. And Nightmare Knights, which was Alexa, Xenia Brookside, and Saraya Knight, defeated Burning Fury, these two, and Domination. In 5:51, when Xenia Brookside defeated Su Yung by pinfall for the Iconic Slam. Viper Reserve Game, Kevin did good work ringside, Test Blanchard Reserve Game, Dominator's getting better gimmick. Nice quality, and the colour commentary match a boost. Saraya Knight 38, Xenia Brookside 32, Alicia Edwards 27, Viper 32, Dominator 28, Su Yung 36, Tessa Blanchard 26, and Sienna 37. Sienna improving in technical and Tessa Blanchard in performance. Nice, a 34E+. In about future battle, Subpar Wrestling a little heat. Falabar defeated Greg Excellence in 7:56 by pin for the Avalanche Splash. Falabar 35, Greg 32. Falabar improving in performance. Nice. 34E+. And I'm pretty sure I've had decent wrestling, but I'm going to the Briscoes defeat hashtag CCK in 8:25, and Dre Briscoe defeated Kid Lycos by pinfall the underhook, double underhook pile driver. These two shirts coming together. Mark 60, Jay 65, Chris 47, Lycos 642. No work improvements. In a Brazier about had decent wrestling, but I'm going to cheat. Grado defeated Matt Riddle in 8:19 by pinfall the wee boot. Grado 32. Matt Riddle 56. Winter did some good work at ringside. No worker is a 48D. In a pre-show about that decent wrestling, but didn't much cheat. Killer Elite Squad defeated GOD in 8:06 when David Boy Smith Jr. defeated Tama Tonga by pinfall with a Killer Bomb. Killer Elite Squad make defense number 2 of their Impact World titles. Lance Hoyt 51, David Boy 55, Tongaroo 40, Tama Tonga 31. David Boy Smith improving performance, which is nice. Oh, we are sold out tonight at the Reese's Stadium, which is nice to see. 3,000 people watching are brand new. In the pre-show about Subpar Wrestling a little heat. Matreon defeated Jimmy Jacobs by in 8:01 by pinfall the Uranga. Matreon 25, Havoc 40. The Belt Dragon Middle lack of flow being noticeable. No work improvements, but a nice 40 from Thingy. And we open up a little different tonight with 28 minus. These segments fans have lost heat. As Sammy Callan, guest Dave, Chris, and Eddie Ed, and then Eddie Edwards, Jason Paul, and Shad Jasper in the parking lot. The Rising for the CVP. Lot when they bump into each other, that all hell breaks loose. It's all out brawl using weapons and the parked cars. So they basically have a massive brawl in the parking lot, basically. But then we open up with a match as we mean to go on in a bout that Subpar Wrestling little heat. Forces of Nature defeated Team Thunder, Sweet Sensation, and Demon X Bunny in 7:56. The elimination was Team Thunder first, then Sweet Sensation, and finally Demon X Bunny. The Forces of Nature are now your Impact Knockout Tag Team Champions. So that's Kaylee Ray and Bea Priestley. Rosemary sustained a strained pectoral major tendon. Tony Storm's getting better with gimmick. Truth Martini did good work at ringside. So Rosemary and Ali have great chemistry, went together, and so did Tony Storm and Winter. Nice. Ali 37, Rosemary 48, Tara 36, Casey Spinell 31, Winter 40, Tony Storm 34, Kaylee Ray 39, Bea Priestley 27. Tony Storm improving in performance. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, we know. Thank you for telling me. In a terrible match, Congo Kong defeated Ricky Shane Page in 6:39 by pinfall the Crackerjack. Congo Kong 34, Ricky Shane Page 28, Truth Martini good work at ringside, 32E+. Can't complain with that. It's a nice little match. Let's go to the next segment. Video play typing up Pentagon Jr. versus Drago. And above had decent wrestling, but don't much heat. Pentagon Jr. defeated Drago in 8:05 by pinfall the Top Rope Stars Clash. Pentagon Jr. 51, Drago 35. The battles of the Lucha storylines fantasy segment gained heat. We then just have one of my contract signings, which I don't write out. You see Johnny and Pat's developing better performance skills. Basically, they sign the contract and then they brawl around the arena until security split them up. Typical wrestling stuff. And then we see Davey Boy and Lance Archer in the back. You see this? We are tag team champions. And this means we're better than you, Briscoes. You see, in Japan, UK, and here in the States, we are better than you. And then Lance gets the mic and goes, last week, we took down LAX. In 2 weeks, we're going to take you down. And this will be your end. A 42D+, not a bad angle. In about that good wrestling and a decent match crowd, Michael Algan defeats Zack Sabre Jr. in 7:03 by pinfall the Death Valley Driver after distraction from Matt Riddle. These two have excellent chemistry. Algan 55, Zack Sabre 67, no work improvements. And that is because, of course, the feud between Matt Riddle and Zack Sabre Jr. is continuing because that's what we're doing. Where's Matt Riddle? There is Matt Riddle, and he will be taking on Zack Sabre Jr. live on pay-per-view my friends. That has been confirmed on Impact.com. And then finally, is that the final one? And then in a decent match, Jay Lethal defeated Bram by pin for the flying elbow drop. Now it's quality in the colour commentary match boost. Bram 46 and Jay Lethal 70. No work in progress. Now next week on Impact, let's make sure I get the right one, even though you know what's going on. It'll be for the final, which is going to be a bit of a problem for me. I'm going to have to do something I didn't really want to do, but I might have to do it. Will be Jay Lethal versus Bram. That's going to be happening. And then you're also going to get... Why am I doing Jay Lethal versus Bram again? What the hell? Jay Lethal versus Michael Elgin. Yeah, we had Jay Lethal versus Bram this week. That's what we just did. So Lethal versus Elgin, which sounds like a Ring of Honor match, which did happen. I think it probably has happened in Ring of Honor at some point. And then we've also got Pentagon Jr. taking on Congo Con. I'm recording at the moment, dear. You have to wait. Pentagon Jr. taking on Congo Kong, who is actually an opener now, isn't he? No. Where's Congo Kong gone? There he is. He's a mid-carder, okay. Congo Kong. I'm surprised you're not a mid-carder, to be honest. There we go. I will cut this episode here. No, I won't actually. Let's continue. So I go 63C. Beautiful match. He has a 15-minute break. Then these two have a brawl backstage. You then have James Storm going. 2 weeks it is Destination X. And now our Ultimate X matches for the IWGP Global title. After Joker got injured last week. I'm going to live as champion. And then I'm going to show Bobby I am a champion we can be proud of. I'm going to represent Impact all over the globe. Very fucked up promo, don't know what's going on there. In a bad ad, decent wrestling, but AVE defeated LAX. Sammy 54, Jake 34, Dave 37, Santana 38, Ortiz 35, Homicide 52, No Workers 47D. In a battle had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. King of Darkness Evil defeated PT in 6:42 by pinfall with the running elbow, a 46D. She always has a breaks at the awkward moment, so I'm just going to put recording. Such knows what I'm doing. Peter Williams 52. King of Darkness Evil 31, no work appearance. King of Darkness Evil, WD's Evil, do a gimmick, Scottish Rite above average. Peter Williams not suited, gimmick, oh well. Yeah, he's an enrichment talent, but I brought him in just because I wanted him in the roster for a while. Music video is shown to promote Bully Ray, gets 45D. In the battle, had Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Mason Machine Guns defeated Sex on the Beach in 5:17 when Chris Sabin defeated Chuck Mambo by pin of the Cradle Shock. These two are quite proud of last week, so I brought them in permanently. Chris Sabin 59, Alex Shelley 50, Chuck Mambo 21, Jack Sesmith 24. No work improvements, but equal quality fighter, average, do gimmick, Scottish Rite of awful. Brian Cage cuts backstage promo saying how good it's to be on the main roster out of the X Division. And then in about that decent wrestling with Little Heat, Brian Cage defeated KM in 8:05 by pivotal pump handle facebuster. KM 41, Brian Cage 47. Him and Sienna are quite good. They play off each other well. In a decent match, The Rising defeated British Invasion in 6:59 when Eddie Edwards defeated 27 by pivotal forward Longborough. Eddie Edwards 67, Jason Paul 39, Shad Jas 32, Tyler Bate 49, Trent 7 39. And Stu Bennett 67. No work improvements. So hopefully you can see one of the belts we're bringing in. These two have a massive backstage brawl again. Then in about that decent wrestling, but in about that good heat and decent wrestling, the big guy Austin Aries and Bobby Roode defeated Storm, Eli Drake and Magnus in 7:45 when Bobby Roode defeated Magnus by pinfall payoff. Bobby Roode 70, Aries 53, Big Guy 59, Magnus 50, Eli Drake 56, James Storm 59. No work is 62C. And then we get the main event, which gets the 64C. In about that good heat and good wrestling, Cody Rhodes defeated Drew Galloway in 22-11 by pin with a beautiful disaster. Cody Rhodes makes defense number 3 of his Impact World title. Drew Galloway 57, Cody up there with 68, no work improvements. And then of course, after that, Johnny Impact comes out and attacks him. That leaves it for, and then we've got a post-show, and a good post-show match. MVP and Bully Ray defeated Johnny Impact and Mr. Anderson in 2016 when Bully Ray defeated Johnny Impact by pin with a Bully Cutter. Johnny Impact Cody match in terms of ring room performance. Bully Ray is 57, MVP 52, Mr. Evans for 54, Impact 73, No Worker is 48D+. That is where we're going to end the show tonight with 61C, increased our popularity to 43 regions. And I'll see you live for another edition of Impact next week, as it's the go home edition before Destination X. Thank you for watching. Hello guys, yeah, an interesting one. I was just searching for some bigger names because we're now a court-sized company. So I'm signing everyone to written deals, and I wanted a couple more big names to get a pre-show. And I was going through and I went to hire, and you won't believe what WWE have done when these people's contract ended in August. So AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins are all on written contracts, even though they won't sign with Impact, but they're on written deals. So I'm going to try and sign if I can get some of these on board. I'll get them on board. You know, I'm not refusing an offer. I'd like to get these on board of Impact, because we're going to have to take house shows, everything except house shows. Then, thank you. You know, I'm not going to refuse this offer. The only one who didn't want to join us is Seth Rollins, which I'll work out in a minute. That's what we're willing if the financial contract is a bit better. Well, there you go, sir. You can have your financial contract a bit better. Why won't Seth Rollins join? He's got an 83. So I'll sort that out in a minute with Seth and get him on board. But yeah, so expect Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, and Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho also under contract negotiations. So they're all going to be coming into Impact very soon. But WWE, if you're not going to sign to written deals for whatever reason, I'm going to nap them up. I'm JJR, and I'll see you with Impact Wrestling. Well, we're not going to do Impact. That's another thing I was going to announce. We're going to go straight on to Destination X, which I know is going to mess up the title matches. But so these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, I can't do that. I was going to do a massive Destination X Ultimate X match because I can now probably use the Ultimate X now we're cool. Is it coming up? Yeah, it's coming up. There it is. Ref Prestige High, Ring, Regular. Awesome. So I'm going to do Bobby Roode versus James Storm, which I need to delete the original booking. Delete that and put them into the Ultimate X match. And then I'm going to pick out 6 men for the final. I'm going to just pick 6. I'm going to change the route. So these men here. So 6 of these guys. So probably 6 of the best will go. Or I'm doing 6-man thing. But yeah, Bobby Roode versus Storm. And then we'll do a. I don't know really. So I'm not going to do Impact this week, see, so I can get everything sorted. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go down to here. Is that 5? That's a 5-way. Ultimate X 6-way. So yeah, I'm going to give this to filter. I'm going to go to anyone who's in here, this division. So AR Fox is definitely getting in, and Rubik's is definitely getting in. Tom Falcon is getting in. Who else has got through? Angelico is getting in. See Angelico doing well in this sort of match. It's Hangman Page because he took out former champion. This is all explained on the thing of me. And I'm going to give it to Trevor Suicide as well, because Suicide's been in a few of these matches. Of course, not this version of Suicide, but there you go. That's Destination X. All set up for you. We'll see you at Destination X. And hopefully we'll have Seth Rollins, AJ, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega all joining us. So I'll see you at Destination X. Welcome to Destination X. In fact, before I do this, I need to work these out. So that, yeah, I just need to label this as up. Oops, sorry guys, up. Date. And that's 7. There we go. You can see how that all works. That's just telling you about some of the people you would know about, like AJ and that on written deals, because I've worked out they're doing the same as Ring of Honor would do, which is they're only a cool size company at the moment because they've dropped down because their popularity in other countries has gone. So because of that, they won't sign people to written deals, which means we've got some good names coming in on written deals. We are now, most of the people who work for us now are exclusive to us and they don't work anywhere else in the world, which means I've got more what I want to do. So let's get on with the pre-show. This is live on the Global Wrestling Network, and the pre-show about that Subpar Wrestling, a little heat. Sweet Sensation defeated Demon X Money in 7:52 and Winter defeated Ali by pin for the Catanonic. Tony Storm 46, Winter 42, Rosemary 50, Ali 40. Ali's getting better gimmick. Winter and Tony Storm showed his chemistry together. So did Ali and Rosemary as well. Winter is in performance and Tony Storm performance. I'd like to say Sweet Saraya Knight has been released from her contract, and taking her place will be Erin Angel, who is actually a real life tag team partner of Xenia Brookside, and they are known as, I don't know, the Angelics, I think. So they will be making an appearance soon. But we are in front of 11,520 people tonight, which I am not too peed off about. In the pre-show bout, had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. The King of Darkness Evil defeated Falaba in 7:34 by pin for the running elbow drop. Falaba 32, King of Darkness Evil 39. King of Darkness improved in performance, 38 D-. In the pre-show bout, had Subpar Wrestling a little heat. Juice Robinson and Latimer Exchange defeated Pete Williams and Sex on the Beach in 8:13 when Santana defeated Chuck Mambo by pinfall. Pete Williams is not suited to his gimmick. Guess what? That can't come up anymore. Jackson Smith 31, Chuck Mambo 27, Pete Williams 52, Juice Robinson 42, Santana 45, and Ortiz 43. Nice to see Pete Williams as Broom Rumble. Nice to see you turn up finally. You know, you've been on contract for a while. You've missed out on getting yourself into the Intercontinental Ultimate X match. You know, your own problem, not mine. You know, you're now on a written deal, so you're going to be paying more. He ain't going to get on the main card because he ain't been here. In the pre-show bout, had Subpar Wrestling a little heat. KM defeated Grado by pin for the spinning reverse STO. Grado 37, KM 41. Winter and Santana did good work at ringside. KM improving the performance of 41D. Nice. In the pre-show bout, had Subpar Wrestling a little heat. Gorillas of Destiny defeated #CCK in 7:56 when Tama Tonga defeated Kid Lycos by pin for the Tongan Twist. Tongarua 36, Tama Tonga 35, Chris Brooks 47. Kid Lycos 46, Tongarua improving in performance of 44D. Nice. And this is why this match is happening, because her tag team partner's not here yet. In the pre-show bout, Terrible Wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Alicia Edwards defeated Dominator, Casey Spinell, Terrea, and Xenia Brookside elimination match. In 8 of 6 elimination, Casey Spinell first, then Dominator, then Tara, and then finally Xenia. Alicia Edwards 27, Dominator 30, Casey Spinell 35, Taya 41, and Xenia 34. So Alicia Edwards is out, not very good, but Dominator improved in performance. She's been getting better, 37D-. Yay, my favourite bit. Tonight, history will change once again. This is Destination X. Matt Riddle and Zack Sabre Jr. stars in their own right, and subposition specialists too. Tonight, they meet in the ring. Who will come out on top? Only time will tell. Then we will crown a new IWGP Global Champion in an Ultimate X match. Tonight, will Bobby Roode or James Storm win? Then Eli Drake and Aries are strong feud, but who's going to be the dummy as this feud continues to erupt on Impact? Then the Impact World title will be on the line when Johnny Impact meets Cody Rhodes again. This is the biggest night in Impact in Impact history. And now, Impact Wrestling and the Global Wrestling Network brings to you Destination X. And then we see the crowd, way, boo, 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 fireworks, woo, running stage lights. And then Matthew goes, welcome. With the news about the WWE stars coming to Impact in 2 weeks, not only that Okada is coming, but tonight, they're not here. It is Impact, and it is huge. And Callis goes, Impact is taking over the world, and tonight, it continues. 51D plus, it'll probably get better once we get those big names. We open up with 45D. In the battle, had Subpar Wrestling a little heat. Tom Falcon defeated Rubik's, AR Fox, Angelico, Hangman Page, and Suicide in an Ultimate X match in 15:03. When Tom Falcon retrieved the item, Tom Falcon is your X Division champion. Hangman Page to game, that's quality in the club commentary going to boost. AR Fox 38, Rubik's 43, Falcon 38, Angelico 48, Hangman Page 41, and Suicide 45. Hangman Page in flying and Tom Falcon in performance. Good. In about that decent wrestling, Badama Cheat, Matt Riddle, Badama Cheat, Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Matt Riddle in 13:03 by submission with a single stretch. Zack Sabre Jr. 64, Matt Riddle 58, no work in progress of 63C. In about that decent wrestling, Badama Cheat, Pentagon Jr. defeated Michael Algan and Congo Kong and Jay Lethal in a ladder match of 13:10 When Pentagon Jr. retrieved the item, Pentagon Jr. is your Impact Intercontinental Champion. Jay Lethal's game back is going to make the NAS quality in the colour commentary going to match a boost. Jay Lethal 69, Michael Alvin 49, Con 42, and Pentagon 57. Pentagon improving in performance. Thank you, Pentagon Jr. And thank you. I just decided that the 4 people who were left over get a 4-way ladder match because there's no Impact this past week, because I was trying to get everyone signed to written deals and get that all sorted now we're caught. So I've given Pentagon Jr. The Impact Intercontinental title because personally I felt sorry for taking the belt off him so quick, and I think he deserves the title. He's not up in the main event scene just yet, so I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give him a nice mid-card belt. He can have continue feuding with Drago, but that would then be over the title more than anything else, and that would give that storyline a bit more meaning. But we've got more belts coming out tonight, so don't worry. Excuse me. And above that, decent wrestling, but little heats, Rich Swan defeated Trevor Lee in 6:42 by pinfall the Trick and Fried Driver. Welcome back, Rich Swan, after being on the injury list. Trevor Lee 43, Rich Swan 55, is 53 C-, and he's improving in the Rumble. Well done, Trevor Lee. Welcome back, Rich Swan. In about that, decent wrestling, but little heat, Space Monkey and Ray Phoenix defeated Zema Ion and Jimmy Jacobs 7:45 when Space Monkey defeated Zema Ion by pinfall the reverse 450. Ray Phoenix 49, Space Monkey 45, Jimmy Jacobs 49, Zema Ion 50. No working for it, it's just a nice little X Division match, 2 in a row. Not bad. In about that, decent wrestling, but the Killer Elite Squad defeated the Briscoes in 15:30 when Dave Boy Smith Jr. defeated Jay Briscoe by pinfall the Killer Bomb. Killer Elite Squad make defense number 3 of their Impact World Tag Team titles. Mark 59, Jay 65, Lance 51, and Davey Boy 56. The Joe and Mark Briscoe have showed excellent chemistry together. The Impact World storyline has advanced to the segment and gained heat. Lance improving in performance. The only problem I've got with signing everyone to written deals is they're either not going to be working with Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, or New Japan anymore, or any of the other companies. So some of these companies are losing some of their biggest stars because of our company. In above that, Subpar Wrestling, a little heat, Jimmy Havoc defeated Matt Tremont, Ricky Shane Page, and Greg Excellence when Jimmy Havoc defeated Ricky Shane Page by pinfall the Death Valley Driver. Jimmy Havoc is your first ever Impact Wrestling Hardcore Champion. Jimmy Havoc 45, Matt Tremont 32, Ricky Shane Page 35, Greg Excellence 42. I wanted a Hardcore title, hence why we got, and I think we can do it. And Jimmy Havoc is your first ever Hardcore Champion. So, hooray. We are going to a 3-hour show as well. I have set it up. It's going to be 3 hours. So in the afternoons, it will be Explosion taped in the afternoons, and then you'll get you have separate tickets for both events, and then Impact will be taped later on in the evening. So Explosion is on at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday, and then 3 or 4 hours later, it's Explosion. Explosions happen, then that's when the other will happen, and that's when Impact happens. That's how I've got it set up in my head, and that's what it's set up as in the thing. But both of them are live on each day. And above that, decent wrestling, but little heat, Matt Sydal and ACH defeated Dragon Kid and Ethan Page in 8 of 7, when Matt Sydal defeated Ethan Page by pinfall. The Here It Is Driver. Ethan Page is the weakness, should carry on his performance. ACH 48, Matt Sydal 57, Ethan Page 37, and Dragon Kid 52. Matt Sydal in Rumble and Ethan Page in performance, which is nice to see. In a decent match, Austin Aries defeated Eli Drake in a ladder match at 15:24 when Austin Aries retrieved the item. Eli Drake 55, Austin Aries 53. And we'll continue this feud on Impact because he's retrieved the contract, which means Eli Drake now has to wear a Crush Test dummy suit, which I forgot to mention on Impact. Oh yes, it's happening. I know it sounds a bit ridiculous, but it sounded like fun. So, in a decent match, Drew Galloway defeats Stu Bennett in 11:45 by pinfall of Future Shock. Drew Galloway 56, Stu Bennett 66, no working for his 64C. A nice little match. And above that, Subpar Wrestling, a little heat, Homicide defeated Drago in 7:38 by pinfall with a cutter following defense from Pentagon Jr. Homicide 54, Drago 37, no work improvements. It's just a way of continuing the Battle of the Lucha storyline. In above that, Terrible Wrestling, a non-existent crowd heat, Viper defeats Su Yung in 14:39 by pinfall the Michiko Driver. Viper makes defense number 5 of her Impact Knockouts title. Su Yung 34, Viper 31, Viper improving in performance. The Knockout storyline advances that and gains heat. In a pool match, Brian Cage defeated Bram in 7:38 by pinfall the Pump Handle Facebuster. Brian Cage 48, Bram 42, no work improvements. 48D. 59C in a decent match, Bully Ray, MVP, and Magnus defeat the big guy, Mr. Anderson and Abyss in 8:16 when Bully Ray defeated Mr. Anderson by pinfall the Bully Cutter. Abyss 63, Mr. Anderson 55, the big guy 59, Magnus 52, MVP 52, and Bully Ray 58. No work improvements of 59C. In Above Our Terrible Wrestling and Non-Existent Crowd Heat, the Forces of Nature defeat Burning Fury in 11:45 when Brie Presley defeats Sienna by pinfall. Forces of Nature make defense number 1 of their knockout tag team titles. Tessa Blanchard 29, Sienna 32, Kaylee Ray 40, Brie Presley 49. Kaylee did some good work at ringside. Tessa Blanchard seed off the game. No work on premise, but it's going to take us a while to build up the women's division, but we're going to be able to do it now. Because next episode I'm going to be making some announcements, including the fact we're going to be doing 4 bits of Impact and that, so you'll see that's going on with that. In Above Our Decent Wrestling, but Little Heat, Mustache Mountain defeated Mason Machine Guns in 14:39. When Trent Seven defeated Alex Shelley by pinfall with 7 stars lariat. Mustache Mountain make defense number 2 of their IWGP Global Tag Team Championship titles. In terms of ring work, Chris Sabin said that's Trent Seven's weak link. Chris Sabin 61, Alex Shelley 51, Taylor Bate 51, Trent Seven 40. 27 improving in technical and Tyler Bate in performance, so 56 C-, not bad. Chris Sabin debuted a new power spot that showcases his ability to sell well. His psychology will be helped to be able to use this as a go-to spot in the future. Nice. And in About That Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, the Rising, Shad Jasper, Jason Paul and Eddie Edwards defeated Ohio versus Everyone, Sammy Callan, Dave Chris and Jake Chris in a cage match in 14:47 when Eddie Edwards defeated Jake Chris by pivotal forward Longborough. Eddie Edwards and Crime Time win the Impact 6-man Tag Team Championship titles. So the Rising are our first ever 6-man Tag Team titles. And as being as we've got LAX, OVE, the British Invasion, and House of Truth, I think we can get away with using them. Eddie Edwards 66, Jason Paul 37, Shad Jas 39, Jake Chris 38, Dave Chris 38, and Sammy Callan 54. The blood battle has continued. Jason Paul is improving in performance. Well done, JTG, a 52D+. Next up is James Storms versus Bobby Roode in an Ultimate X match against 67C+. In a decent match, Bobby Roode defeated James Storm in an Ultimate X match in 20 minutes 13 when Bobby Roode retrieved the item. Bobby Roode is your IWGP Global Champion. Bobby Roode 69, James Storms 59. No work improvements, but as you can see, it was an Ultimate X match. And that's that match over and done with. And now on to the main event of Johnny Impact versus Cody Rhodes. Gets a 69 CE+, and About That Great Wrestling and decent amount of crowd, Cody Rhodes defeated Johnny Impact in 25:14 by pinfall the Beautiful Disaster. Cody Rhodes makes defense number 4 of his Impact World title. Johnny Impact 74, Cody 70, no work improvements. And that is where we end tonight's brilliant show, a 69 CE+. And that is quite good, to be honest. And you wait until we get the big boys coming in, and Okada and all that. I ain't got Okada onto contract deal yet, but we're going to give it to Johnny Impact. I'm also going to give it to Bobby Roode because Bobby Roode was amazing tonight. So praise for great performance. Praise for great performance. And praise for great performance. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching this episode of Impact Wrestling The Rebirth. And we'll see you live with Impact Wrestling in a few days next week at the same time, same place. And if you want to see AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, they're coming. I'll see you live next time. Thank you for watching.